Right, I think what we should do is plan. We'll probably need about 10 or 15 minutes to collect our thoughts. We'll come up with a plan, and then should we come and grab you and work our rooms out, and if we need tidying up, we just grab you or just let us get on with it.
And that would be fine.
Whenever you have cars on driveways, they always look smaller from the front than they do from the back. So if you have to have them, they look much nicer when you do have them on the drive. So if you could back that in. Now, let's have a look and start having a look at where we're going to be setting you up. So, okay.
Is this okay where it is?
Yes, it is, sir. Thank you. Gotta make sure you screw it up nice and tight. So what I'm doing now is making sure that it's all leveled up quite nice, because there's nothing worse than a quonky camera.
Here we are.
Okay, so you got your fluffy mic on.
I've got it on.
Good stuff. You popped it through your blouse. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right, David. What we're going to do here is ideally let's get it off camera. How do we get this off camera? Oh, there. No. Can you take it off video?
What do you want it on then?
I want to go back to settings. Oh, it's got the grid on. It's fine. Look. So, Jess, can you see on that screen there is a grid? See, on an iPhone, you can put a grid on the screen, and that puts us into the thirds. You have a look?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, anything that is what we call the thirds rule. So anything that is on those lines is considered important. Come round, Jess. So anything of interest needs to be on those lines. And where two lines interact, which is ideally those two there, something particularly interesting needs to be. So you need to put yourself on one of those squares. So you go forward, and we'll just do an experiment. So come forward a little bit further. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that down. Now at the moment, the subject is in the front of the. Can you see?
Yeah.
Can you see Lottie's in the front? What I wanted to do is the crosshair is just there.
Yeah.
So you're going to ask Lottie to move to her right slightly. Bit too far.
Bit too far.
Bit more back.
Tight. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the question now, what we've got to ask ourselves here is that whilst the camera's straight, do we move it up a bit and have a look bit more of the house? Now, there's an awful lot of agents that would do a video like that, trying to get the house in.
Yeah.
But again, what we could do here is the purpose of this video is to get people to view it. So we will have an impressive photograph that we can drop in over the face of Lottie whilst she's doing her talk. Because whilst we might record her now for 30 seconds, so we'll put her there.
Okay. She moved.
Oh.
Time. That's it.
Now, okay.
Need a spot on the floor to stand up.
Well, you might laugh actually, but sometimes putting a chalk line or putting a little stone.
I think I might fidget.
There you go. Tell you what, it's all the phrase here. It's all the phrase. Now, how easy is it for you to look in that lens?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Little tip there for you boys and girls. So come round, Jess. We're going to so you're going to move David. See there, the lens is just here. I want you to move David's eyes there. But the best way you can do it is step backwards. Keep stepping back, because that's a lot easier.
Looking over the...
So basically, you've got to move David's head so his eyeballs are here. Go on then. Tell him.
Okay, move forwards.
No, I don't want to move forwards. No. It's more up or down.
Down. Down. Your left.
So put it so you can see his eyes somewhere around there.
Down. Yeah, there.
Now what we'd have done is already set the camera to record. So we're going to hit the camera record now. So you're going to ask Lottie, where are we today?
Lottie, where are we today?
Today we're here at Logie Lee on the main road in Uffington.
Why do you love Logie Lee? Go on for it.
So why do you love Logie Lee, Lottie?
I love the fact it's got a fantastic. I can't do it.
What, you can't look at David?
I know. I just.
Do you not want to look at David?
No, I can do it.
Right, now this is
Okay.
important. When we ask you a question, I need you to put the reply back with the question. Why do you love Logie Lee?
Yeah.
I love Logie Lee because.
Yeah.
Because everybody does this. Hello, my name's an estate agent and I'm here to sell you this house. We are creating a TV programme. So why don't you ask her, where are we today and why do you love this house, Lottie?
So Lottie, where are we today and why do you love this house?
Today I'm here at Logie Lee on the main road in Uffington, just outside Stamford. I love this house so much because it offers everything a family is looking for when they've moved to the area or looking for their next dream home. Fantastic large proportion rooms and a beautiful kitchen that opens out onto the garden with fine big trees and a gorgeous tennis court at the end.
I want you to repeat that because that was nearly nigh on perfect. But right, so let's go and have a look inside.
Okay, too
Right.
much on the house?
Nope, it's fine. Right. So where she go? What do we need to do with Lottie now?
Now I know my word tick is always fantastic, so I've got to stop saying fantastic.
Sure, no, it's you.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
if your word is fantastic, you use it. I overuse the word awesome
Okay.
because it's awesome. But what have we got? What's Lottie?
moved.
She's moved.
Moved off the leaves.
Oh, I knew I would. And I've had to tuck the connector in my back pocket because I was pulling it out.
Okay.
On a nerve thing, that's no good, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
Right. Now, stand up properly. Bit more to your there. Lovely.
That's it, yeah.
So, position. Do you find it easy to talk to David, or not?
Oh, no, not really.
Well, bugger off. Look at the lens then. You
Yeah.
have to look at the lens.
Yeah.
Where are you here today? Why you love it? Let's go and have a look inside. Go.
Today I'm here at Logie Lee in the main road in Uffington, just outside Stamford. I love this house so much. It's a fantastic
Right.
family property. Beautiful large proportion rooms and a fab kitchen that opens out onto the garden. So let's go and take a look inside.
That's lovely.
Okay.
How did you feel that went?
Like better?
Do you want to do it again?
No?
Why not?
Okay.
No, it's fine. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, did I sound okay?
I thought you sounded great.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said it was on the main road, although it's obvious it is.
Okay, so let's leave the main road out because there is a lot of traffic going by, isn't there? And it could be a point for people as a negative. So
Yeah, but a busy main road means plenty of people see it. There you go. Come on then.
let's do it without the main road bit then. Okay.
And really, it wants you to. Do you move your hands a lot when you walk?
I do, but I'm conscious of moving.
No, I don't want you to move, but I want you to move your hands.
Okay.
Oh, and I mean a bit over the top, which is very. When you're doing video, for some reason it isn't a problem. So off you go. Go on, move your hands. Come on.
Hi, and today I'm here at Logie Lee in Uffington, just outside Stamford. We're outside this fantastic family home. I can't wait to show you around. But in brief, it was first built in 1913 as a gift for a Scottish wife. I can't get that right. I've gone off the tangent.
We can do the story bit
Later.
later.
Right. I've got
Right,
off
position
that
yourself.
one
Right.
there.
Do you not stop it and start again? Or?
No,
Right.
that's a big tip for you. Never stop and start. Just keep the bloody thing rolling.
Right.
Right.
I've moved.
Bit more that way. Hi, I'm Lottie. Sorry. Okay. Where are you today?
Yeah.
Why I love it. Let's go and look inside. Let's keep it nice and simple.
Yeah, got it. Hi, and today we're outside Logie Lee in Uffington, a fantastic family home that I'm really excited to show you about. It's got lovely family rooms, large proportions, and a great kitchen that opens onto the garden. So let's go and take a look.
And then walk. Right. Next tip. Come back. Let's listen to the audio to make sure it's okay.
So a family is looking for
Look
when
at
they move
that.
to the area
That's
or
great.
looking for their next dream home. Fantastic large proportions.
Yeah. Probably next time
Yeah.
you could just walk and talk. Okay. That's really nice. Okay, how are we doing for the sun? That's fine. Right, you can take that. I just want to see if this will do if this will actually do a image stabilization, so you don't need to get a gimbal. So we're just going to have an experiment now. Let's take this in here. So this is an iPhone X, you say? Right. What we're going to do is I want you to walk in through that door and say, welcome to Logie Lee, and this is the reception hall. I will just, just talk about welcome to the reception hall. Cracking line is facts and figures, and straight into I love it because.
Okay.
So, welcome to the reception hall of Logie Lee, and this is the reception hall with the wooden floor, the herringbone floor, the lovely whatever.
Yeah.
I love this because, and then go more emotional than facts. Okay. Go.
Welcome to the entrance hall here at Logie Lee. Fantastic ground entrance you'd make as you came into the home. Wonderful parquet flooring that the owners actually discovered themselves when they moved in. And what an impressive, fine staircase you've got here with a glimpse there of wonderful stained glass windows. I love making this grand entrance. I can imagine it here in all seasons, particularly, of course, at Christmas time. What a beautiful room it would look.
Let's jump on that. You see, now we're okay there. Okay, let's close that door, but we're not all the way, because sometimes with a bit of wood, you get a bit of light coming through. It looks quite nice. What's behind here?
Another hallway.
Okay, does that bring any light into the room?
This is basically back half of the house with.
Okay, the servants' quarters. I like it.
Quarters,
And you say you've got a photo of that, Lottie?
I do. I can show you my photographs.
That's
if you
fine.
want to.
See what you with regard to this element, I love what you said, but there's no way we can get the camera up there quick enough to come back. But what we could do is drop the photograph afterwards. Do you have a photo of this as well?
We've got quite a few of the stained glass door in the entrance.
Okay. I want you to do that again. Your wording was bang on.
Okay.
Yeah. Ready? I'm impressed with this. With the image stabilization.
Oh really? Oh really?
Yeah, as long as you're nice and smooth with it and don't go jittery, it might mean we can save money on gimbals. So I'm going to go, and then you can have a go as well to experiment. Is that all right? And then you can just pick the both. So
I'm walking towards you.
So yes. So by filming it in order, it's a lot easier to edit.
Yeah.
All right. You ready? So you're still going to get a bit of darkness on this. Let's see if we can. Yeah, go for it.
What now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. It's just a bit light. It's just really light there. I just want to see if it works. Right. I'm going to try this. You're going to start talking to me, and then I'm going to walk out very quickly.
In front of me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so nice and slow. I'm putting you on the thirds.
Do we want to try and get this in or not?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep round and get it as I come out. So for the first third of the video, I'm going to do the walking. You're going to stay there. I'll give you a nod when I think you need to go. Go.
Hi, and welcome to the entrance hall here at Logie Lee. After entering the fine stained glass door, we come into the slightly larger entrance room. You'll notice here that we've got a fantastic parquet flooring that the owners discovered themselves when they moved in. What a lovely treat to find. But as we come further into the hallway, we've got fine high ceilings, picture rail details, and that wonderful staircase with a fantastic stained glass window there as you break and turn up to the main master landing. What a wonderful room this is. I can imagine it on all seasons, and particularly, of course, I can imagine it here at Christmas time. It would be so lovely to have all the twinkling candles lit and the furs and things going up the staircase. What a lovely room.
Right, you'll go.
Bit trippy on that one.
No, it's fine. We'll go again.
It's good. So,
Probably a little bit more, so you get a bit more natural light. Now, I went up the staircase. Do you have a photograph of the staircase? And I know we mentioned the floor, but it just didn't. It just didn't look right.
No, to go down.
Okay, so you're going to mention it. You are going to do exactly what you did. I don't want you going chasing what she's mentioning.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
We can drop in the photographs
Okay.
to match it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You rolling? Because now, can you see you've got better light?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get it going.
Okay.
Yep. Let's step inside the hallway here at Logie Lee. After entering this fantastic front door with the stained glass windows, you come into the main entrance hall. Now, when the owners bought the house and moved in, they discovered fantastic parquet flooring that they reconditioned, and it's a really beautiful feature here in the room.
Stop. Your camera's that at an angle. I want it flat.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. It was almost you were looking down. Can you see what?
Yeah. I've got you.
Go again.
You're taller than me and you're looking like that probably.
Yeah.
That camera. So again,
You can use the frames.
is you were kind of. I wouldn't worry too much about the thirds rule.
Yeah.
When you're walking and talking, it's very important when you're still. But we're almost getting. Don't go for the thirds rule at the expense of getting a good photo. Just think to yourself, does that look nice?
Yeah.
So that looks much nice. As we're a bit closer, that looks nicer than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Right.
if it means you're doing this, you're looking a prat, but that's just the way it is. Go again.
It felt like you were walking really quickly.
Did it?
Yeah. So
It does do because you,
Am I talking fast as well?
no, you're fine. You just make sure that you are who you are. You talk as you talk.
Okay.
It's difficult for you, David, because you're walking backwards.
Yeah.
You'll just have to have some like reversing cameras on it.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Just be nice and considered. Move your arms. That works well.
Yes, I'm too busy fiddling with the cable, I think.
Move that way.
Yeah, just don't worry about the cable, all right?
Move that way. Let's start off again. Okay.
Let's step inside Logie Lee and enter the fantastic hallway. As we close the door behind us with the beautiful stained glass windows, we come into this fine reception room in its own right. I love this room particularly. It's got a beautiful parquet flooring that the owners themselves discovered when they moved into the house and had it restored. So it's a really lovely fine feature. Walking further through to the hallway, high ceilings, beautiful cornice detailing, and what a fantastic entrance hall with this beautiful wood archway and fine staircase we have here. I think it makes a room in its own right, and I think it's beautiful that you could imagine it here in all seasons, and particularly, of course, at Christmas time, my favourite time of the year, where you'd have lots of lovely candles and a big Christmas tree with twinkling lights on it. I love this room.
I love that. Let's just listen to the
It
audio.
looks good. The frame of the door and everything.
Okay.
Let's step inside Logie Lee and enter the fantastic hallway.
So smooth.
As we close the door behind us with the beautiful stained glass windows,
Nice.
come into this fine reception room in its own right. I love this room.
That's excellent. What's the next room? You should always leave the best to the end, which is the garden and the kitchen. What's the next reception room?
Well, we've got study and sitting room in there.
So those film people do that silly thing where they're doing that and looking at the frame. It's really important that we do that as well to frame the shot.
Okay.
Now, what we've got to decide is are we doing a movement shot here or are we doing a standalone shot? So that's the first thing we've got to do is put the lights on. Now, shooting into a window means that if we take too much light in, the camera will take that as the predominant light source and make it very dark. But at the same time, what you'll often find with video and also photographs is that if you put a window in the photograph, it takes the eye out of the room and makes the room look bigger.
Right.
So all internal photographs must always have a window in it. If you look, most of them always do. So what I'm going to do, again, David, this is your responsibility, is let's have a look and set the scene of what looks good. See, as you can see here, that looks quite nice. Got to be careful with with the last one. You were still doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking. So the two favourite bits has got to be these two bits, hasn't it?
Yes.
I see you sat on there. Where's tripod? Can you go get the tripod, please? You see, again, use your decent photography. Instead of trying to get the whole room in one video, use the photography as B-roll.
And the photos that we've got, we've done all the home styling for,
so it looks the part.
Nice. It looks really good. We've got the chessboard on that little footstool thing there, and it looks really smart.
So the important thing when you're doing a video is how do you feel at the moment, me talking to you?
Not good.
Okay. But that's really important. That is important because the eye of the camera is the eye of the viewer, and me looking down on someone or me looking up at someone. See, again, have you noticed in Instagram a lot of people have photographs moving upwards because it makes them look more important, whilst looking down, again, it makes the other person feel a little bit intimidated, or the other way around. Sorry. So therefore, what we're going to do is set the lens, the camera, at the same height as, so that needs to be a bit bigger. So your job, Lottie, is to tell a story of why you love this house and why you know, as if you were trying to persuade yourself. A great technique, if you could unlock your camera. A great technique I'm a big fan of is if you can imagine this is your house, you've bought it and you've got some relations in a far-flung area of the world and you're trying to show them it. You're so proud of it. You're not trying to be boastful, just show them it. It's just a nice way of not trying to be too braggy about it. Okay. So, bloody Siri. Okay, so what do you think to that? Yes or no? Be honest.
It's slightly dark.
It is dark.
That is.
So let's see if we can move back because we've got the lens. So we'll use the facilities to sit down. Now the first thing is that Lottie, that's quite a nice shot, but it isn't straight. So let's move that so it's straight. But again, I think that, again, Lottie's not on the crosshairs, is she? So we're going to have to move the lens, camera down a bit. Now we can sort out Lottie and the light in a second. By double clicking on her. The main light source is going to be the window. So what we're going to do is double click on Lottie and you'll notice a little yellow box appears and you can move up the exposure level or down. Do you want to have a go on that one, David? Click on the 1+ because that's the zoom. So we double click there and we move it up slightly. Yeah. Doesn't want to be too much because remember, all of a sudden that makes that go a bit too light.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a school of thought. Do we actually move it around a little bit?
I can't see the cars on the road.
Well, it's not the end of the world. Because, you know, it is what it is. There's no point in... See, remember, if you're going to get this professionally edited, it doesn't take that much. So I quite like that. Now, you know, we talked about the crosshairs. There's another crosshair there. So what we could do is move one of the pillows onto the corner. That's lovely. You can get rid of the other one. David, if you can get rid of the other one. Oh. It's okay. So now we've got Lottie on a crosshair there on the thirds, and we've got a nice pillow setting quite a nice balance. I know it's the little things, but it is the little things that just make the difference. Okay. And it's a balancing act between getting Lottie, you know, you're sitting in a window, so it's always, you're never going to win it. You're never going to win that competition. It's that balancing act. I think that's fair. So let's press go. Which room you're in and why do you love it? Off you go.
I'm here in the beautiful drawing room here at Logie Lee. A really restful space. It's got a beautiful window seat here. I think this is the perfect spot for me to sit with a magazine and a cup of coffee. But I love the features that this house has got, particularly this room as well. very high ceilings again, beautiful deep skirting boards, stunning doorways, and just lots of light coming into the room. So it would be a fab room to enjoy all time of year. There's a gorgeous fireplace as well that would be lovely to light and sit down at the end of the day.
That was good, because what you can then do is, if you've got professional photographs, is you've got one angle, it's not moving around, and you just drop in the photographs of the elements that match what you're talking about.
That'd be the best thing to do in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got it all dressed and stuff.
I should have sent you the photographs of all that we've taken beforehand, but
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can send them to the chaps.
yeah.
It works quite well, doesn't it? Because it'll be the best quality images that we've got, compressed and.
Yeah.
You see, what you can do with images is what we call Ken Burns, which basically takes a static image and moves it slightly. So instead of just dropping in a photograph of the fireplace for about 3 seconds, you can subtly move it. You know, you don't want something that's whoosh, but just something quite nice, and so it makes it look pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you are slightly bleached out on this one, but we can't win it all. Let's just see the angles.
So we've got lovely shots of this landing and in their bedroom. So we've got to close there, haven't we? So whether I stood here and said,
That's your shot. That's the shot.
with that behind me.
That's the shot. Can we get that light on?
Do we need to move the washing, or
Won't be in shot. Okay, so do you want to come over here, David? So it's all about setting the shot up. We've got the stained glass window, which is particularly nice. We've got Lottie. The bathroom's not doing anything with the party, so we'll get that closed.
Completely shut?
Yes. Then you get the advantage of a wooden door. Now, again, we're fighting the light. So, Dave, you want to come back and have a look? See, I'd like to get some of that banister in.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden,
Low down, yeah.
okay. So we've got Lottie there. Now remember, the technique we do is we double click on Lottie. See, look, then we bleach it. Or that blot is perfect, but then we've got what we're fighting ourselves against. Double clicking on her, we'll put her right. It's a cracking window.
It's a fantastic feature, isn't it?
Do you have a photo of that though?
Yeah.
You see, again, we can drop a cracking. Oh, look at that view. We're having that in a second. Sorry. It's all about frame, just what looks nice. And again, you know, the thirds help. It's not. But look, it's. If you want to reset it, just go back. Now, I'd quite like you probably be no. I'd like you resting your arm, but but in a kind of I own this place kind of way. Where are we and why do you love it? Go.
Okay. We're here now on the first floor landing here at Logie Lee. After making your way up the staircase, past that fantastic stained glass window, you reach the first floor landing, where we've got a master bedroom with beautiful dressing room and ensuite bathroom with beautiful views over across to Burley Park. And then you've got 3 further double bedrooms on this floor and another bathroom. There's an additional double bedroom and its own ensuite on the top floor, and of course that fantastic billiards room with the huge light above it that throws in so much lovely natural light. It's a beautiful, beautiful space.
That was wonderful. Anything to add? Anyone?
perfect, I think.
I think it's perfect.
Was it? Okay.
Well,
Maybe I think I spoke too fast.
no, it's fine.
Okay.
That's how you speak.
It is. Right.
The important thing is when you're doing the videos is to just be yourself, because if you're someone else and then people meet you in life,
Yeah.
they'll know that you're not
Yeah.
the same.
Authentic.
There you go. Be truthful. It is your interaction that turns it from a house to a home. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. We're doing well, sir. Right.
So here,
What's the angle?
When we did our photos, we set the table, we've got the flowers out, we've got bread and bits and pieces when we did it. So I think
So we've got these angles.
so I've got so many of the kitchen of the range with the tiles behind it. We've got table, the doors are open. It looks really beautiful.
Okay. The natural reaction would be to stand you here, but if we're not careful, we're going to have you bleached out an awful lot on the camera. So we're going to want a different angle, quite a plain angle, so you're in a mottled light, and then we can drop the gorgeous photos in over you. Look through the lens. We can have a bit of natural light. You see, look, here's a nice natural light here. Here's a nice. What does that look like?
The shot is out there, though, isn't it? Really? Again,
But hold on a second. We could actually do a shot. Not this shot. We could open these doors. We talk about the kitchen, and then you walk off into the distance.
I think so.
Yeah.
And yes, and then we're talking about the garden at the end anyway, aren't we? So then it will be in order too.
Do that then. Sat down. Let's have a look. Right.
Sit.
You can sit in that seat. Just want to see if that works. I need to get rid of that. Standing, please.
Standing, I think.
Standing, I agree. See, you naturally want to go there, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, you can pan round to that and then
Okay, so
the garden picture, garden video.
bloody light. It's still not doing it for me. We're all dark.
Move this stuff.
Hold on, definitely from that.
Bottle of wine and 2 glasses.
That would have to be with you, though.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Where's the glass?
I know this in the dining room.
Right, go get me one. We'll pour this out and pour it back.
You're in character now.
Yes. Myself.
Are you a Sav Blonde girl? Can't beat it, can you?
Any colour, really, Chris.
Right, David, let's come back. We've got to think of. I'm gonna have to pop a little bit up. I think you're gonna start something along the lines of, at the end of the day, I'll just we're in the kitchen. I'm having a glass of wine. It's been a hard day. I love it because off you go. Just talk about the room. We'll drop the photos in afterwards.
And at the end of a very busy day, there's nothing better as though after a hard day's work to come home, pour yourself a lovely glass of wine and enjoy your time in the kitchen with your family, looking out onto that beautiful garden. This kitchen is particularly the beating heart of the home here at Logie Lee. It's got fantastic detailing again, cream cabinets, lovely kitchen made by Charles York, beautiful gas range fire, and a little fire. Do that again.
That's fine.
Really well, huh?
That's okay. Right, pour it in.
Pour it back in.
Okay, I know something you've never done before. what you're going to have to do on here is because it's so sunny, you're probably going to be quite a lot of B-roll on this, but that's not a problem. Quite on set. Go.
And nothing beats it at the end of a really hard or long day, of course, to come home to your kitchen, pour yourself a glass of wine and enjoy your time in this fantastic space. The kitchen's actually moved position by the current owners from the side of the house to this position here, and I can see why they did it with those fine garden views. The kitchen has everything, of course, you'd want it to include for a beautiful family life. You've got space for your big fridge freezer, gas hob, 5-ring gas hob, and electric ovens there. Of course, fitted dishwashers and things. But what a lovely space to enjoy with your family and friends. You can be busy cooking, the children are doing their homework here, and all the while you've got that amazing garden just wanting to draw you out into it and explore. Fine mature trees, and of course the hint of that tennis court right at the end. I love this kitchen.
Good. Let's see what it looks like. So on that one, Jess, we'll make sure. I think so far we're always using the last edit, aren't we?
Yes.
Aren't we? Yeah, that's if you're doing some editing on it.
I think that's pretty locked it down to me being relaxed into what I'm doing, getting my script right, isn't it? Feeling happy with the flow of what I want to include in.
The first one's always clunky, and then you'll just get better and better. Next garden. Right, so on this one, because this is going to be the crescendo.
Yeah.
It is going to be, and as I walk out the kitchen, I move on, and then I need you to do the estate agent spiel. You will mention the summer house, you will mention the outbuildings, but I will not change the camera. I will just be on you at all times, and we will drop the images relevant to what you're talking about over it, because otherwise we're going to be doing this all the time,
Okay.
and it will look a little bit silly. All right, boys and girls. The important thing.
In front of me
The important thing is that the camera has to. Where everyone goes wrong is that you as the talent tries to work around the camera person, when in reality the camera person has to work around you. All right. So start you go. Do you want to start a bit more inside?
Yeah.
As long as you're not tripping over right, I have a look back and see where I've got to go. We are going down the steps and as far as we can go until you've run out of things to say. Quiet on set. Go.
Time now to explore the rest of what Logie Lee has to offer you and your family. As we step outside onto the terrace, leaving that kitchen and fine house behind us, there's so much more I can tell you about here. So we're on the terrace area now, the perfect spot, of course, for a barbecue, table and chairs to sit and unwind and relax with your family. Just behind you, of course, stands this beautiful building. This is the Coach House. Now, the house was built in 1913 as a gift from Mr. Coach to his beautiful Scottish wife. So I can really imagine that. End of the First World War, of course. We're coming into where there's horses and carriages going on. So really lovely history here to enjoy. But this building has been used for a number of uses over the time. It was actually once home to a swimming pool, so you could call it the pool room. You can reinstate the pool because currently there's a suspended floor across it, and it's used as a games room by the current family here. But there's so many more uses, of course, you could have. So you could turn it into a granny annex. You could, of course, have a studio there, an artist retreat or a home office, or keep it as a games room here. So many lovely ideas you could really use the space for. What we've also got at the back here, because it's for practical reasons, of course, we're buying a home, is you've got an outbuilding, there's an outside loo there, and you've got a double garage as well. So loads of lovely space to store your bits and pieces and cars and bikes. Moving into the garden. Wow, what an amazing space. It's so pretty, so many different colours of trees, different variations, and throwing different dappled light through as you walk through the garden. This is a fine spot, a beautiful place to swing your hammock and it's just unwind and relax again. So I can really imagine my family living here. I can really see, impromptu games of cricket going on. I can see games of tig. I can see climbing trees, all those lovely things that really help to make this house a home. And I think that's one of the beautiful things here. It really feels very homely, very welcoming. I can really imagine my family living here, and I can see at the end of the day, you know, you could spread a picnic blanket down, perhaps get the candles out and the marshmallows and a fire pit, wait for those stars to come out, and really you're creating memories for your children that will last forever. And I think that's what's so lovely about here. There's so many different spots to enjoy, and of course not also forgetting that amazing hard court tennis court at the end of the garden, where you could be enjoying time with your family and friends and just switching off and enjoying everything that Logie Lee has to offer.
Perfect.
Very good.
Did it work?
Yeah.
I need a drink.
Just check the audio.
With your family and friends.
That's the money shot. Yeah.
Switching
Look,
off and enjoying
got you on the
everything
thirds.
Logie Lee has to offer.
Good. Don't need to do any more than that.
Thank God.
Takes it out of you, doesn't it?
It's hard.
It does take it out of you, but to be honest with you there, you drop in some images. Have we got an image of the tennis court? We'll drop that in, Jess, on that. It's bang on.
Brilliant.
We're done here.
Ugh. Good. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Hi, and today we're outside Logie Lee in Uffington, a fantastic family home that I'm really excited to show you about. It's got lovely family rooms, large proportions, and a great kitchen that opens onto the garden. So let's go and take a look. Let's step inside Logie Lee and enter the fantastic hallway. As we close the door behind us with the beautiful stained glass windows, we come into this fine reception room in its own right. I love this room particularly. It's got a beautiful parquet flooring that the owners themselves discovered when they moved into the house and had it restored. So it's a really lovely fine feature. Walking further through to the hallway, high ceilings, beautiful cornice detailing, and what a fantastic entrance hall with this beautiful wood archway and fine staircase we have here. I think it makes a room in its own right, and I think it's beautiful that you could imagine it here in all seasons, and particularly of course at Christmas time, my favourite time of the year, where you'd have lots of lovely candles and a big Christmas tree with twinkling lights on it. I love this room. We're here now in the drawing room at Logie Lee, a beautiful room positioned at the front of the house, and I'm sat here and I think it's probably what would be my favourite spot if I owned this house. A lovely window seat overlooking the front. But the room's got so many lovely features. Picture railing, high ceilings, detailed cornice work, stunning fireplace. It really would be a fine room to entertain or to have a party. This house is a great party house, fantastic for entertaining, but I think also you can see yourself living in it as a normal family day to day. So it really probably is one of my favourite rooms here. We're here now on the first floor landing here at Logie Lee. After making your way up the staircase, past that fantastic stained glass window, you reach the first floor landing, where we've got a master bedroom with beautiful dressing room and ensuite bathroom with beautiful views over across to Burley Park. And then we've got 3 further double bedrooms on this floor and another bathroom. There's an additional double bedroom and its own ensuite on the top floor, and of course that fantastic billiards room with the huge light above it that throws in so much lovely natural light. It's a beautiful, beautiful space. And nothing beats it at the end of a really hard or long day, of course, to come home to your kitchen, pour yourself a glass of wine and enjoy your time in this fantastic space. The kitchen is actually moved position by the current owners from to the side of the house to this position here, and I can see why they did it with those fine garden views. The kitchen has everything, of course, you'd want it to include for a beautiful family life. You've got space for your big fridge freezer, gas hob, 5-ring gas hob, and electric ovens there. Of course, fitted dishwashers and things. But what a lovely space to enjoy with your family and friends. You can be busy cooking, and your children are doing their homework here, and all the while you've got that amazing garden just wanting to draw you out into it and explore. Fine mature trees, and of course the hint of that tennis court right at the end. I love this kitchen. Time now to explore the rest of what Logie Lee has to offer you and your family. As we step outside onto the terrace, leaving that kitchen and fine house behind us, there's so much more I can tell you about here. So we're on the terrace area now, the perfect spot, of course, for a barbecue, table and chairs to sit and unwind and relax with your family.
Just behind you, of course, stands this beautiful building. This is the Coach House. Now, the house was built in 1913 as a gift from Mr. Coe to his beautiful Scottish wife. So I can really imagine that. End of the First World War, of course. We're coming into where there was horses and carriages going on. So really lovely history here to enjoy. But this building has been used for a number of uses over the time. It was actually once home to a swimming pool, so you could call it the pool room. You could reinstate the pool because currently there's a suspended floor across it, and it's used as a games room by the current family here. But there's so many more uses, of course, you could have. So you could turn it into a granny annex. You could, of course, have a studio there, an artist retreat or a home office, or keep it as a games room here. So many lovely ideas you could really use the space for. What we've also got at the back here, because it's for practical reasons, of course, we're buying a home, is you've got an outbuilding, there's an outside loo there, and you've got a double garage as well. So loads of lovely space to store your bits and pieces and cars and bikes. Moving into the garden, wow, what an amazing space. It's so pretty, so many different colours of trees, different variations, and throwing different dappled light through as you walk through the garden. This is a fine spot, a beautiful place to swing your hammock and it's just unwind and relax again. So I could really imagine my family living here. I could really see, impromptu games of cricket going on. I can see games of tig. I can see climbing trees, all those lovely things that really help to make this house a home. And I think that's one of the beautiful things here. It really feels very homely, very welcoming. I can really imagine my family living here. And I can see at the end of the day, you could spread a picnic blanket down, perhaps get the candles out and the marshmallows and the fire pit, wait for those stars to come out, and really you're creating memories for your children that will last forever. And I think that's what's so lovely about here. There's so many different spots to enjoy. And of course, not also forgetting that amazing hard court tennis court at the end of the garden, where you could be enjoying time with your family and friends and just switching off and enjoying everything that Logie Lee has to offer.